In this video, we will show you how to replace your power steering return line on this Ford Ranger. This will be located inside of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. A quick note, it's a good idea to make sure that you flush out your power steering system with the manufacturer's specified fluid. Once you've done so, remove as much of that fluid as possible from the system. You can just take that cap and set it aside for now. At this point, we'll follow our power steering lines down to where they connect onto the power steering rack. You'll find that they're held in place with a stud and a 13mm mounting nut. Remove the mounting nut and remove the lines from the power steering rack. Before you remove any lines, make sure you put a collection bucket under the area. This mounting nut off of here. You do want to make sure you give the hardware a close inspection. You will be reusing it. At this point, let's go ahead and pull these lines out of place. Now, when we pull out these lines, they're both going to come out together here. We'll just give them a light wiggle. Both these lines are in poor condition. We'll be replacing them as a pair. This line right here is ready to break. We're going to have to pull that out with some pliers. Typically, you just go ahead and give it a straight tug out from the power steering rack. Let's break this off. Since ours broke, I'm just going to try to wiggle this and remove the entire piece. This should be attached to the line, obviously. At this point, we'll follow the line all the way up, and you'll find that it connects onto your power steering reservoir. To remove the hose from the reservoir, we'll use some pliers to squeeze the clamp, slide the hose out of place. And there it is, friend. If you're replacing both lines at the same time, go ahead and remove the other one now. At this point, we'll continue on with cleaning the port in the rack where the brand new line will go. We want to make sure we give it a thorough inspection to make sure there's no dirt or debris. All right, let's get ready to install our brand new power steering return line. Down at the end that goes into the power steering rack, ensure that you have your O-ring in place and lubricate it with a little bit of clean power steering fluid. Now we can take this and put it in place into the power steering rack. Just carefully try to slide this in. Just have to twist it as needed here. Double check to make sure it's completely seated. Then continue on with your bracket. We'll slide it in place over each of the lines and the stud. There we are. Now we can start on that 13mm headed mounting nut and snug it up. Once you have that snug, we'll torque it to 26 foot-pounds. Now, next thing we'll do is clean up our mess down in this lower area. Now we can make our way all the way up to where this connects onto the reservoir. We'll align it. Squeeze on our clamp so we can slide this into place. Bring that all the way up as far as possible. Install the clamp. At this point, we're going to start filling the power steering fluid. At this point, we can start filling our power steering system. You'll notice along the side of the power steering reservoir you have a small chart. We want to make sure that we top off the power steering fluid with the manufacturer specified fluid, which is Mercon 5 ATF transmission fluid. At this point, the next thing we'll do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so both front wheels are off the ground. In the passenger compartment, we'll take that steering wheel and go completely from one side all the way over to the other, and then continue repeating this process several times. While doing so, you also want to make your way out in here every once in a while and double check that fluid level. You'll find air bubbles make their way up and out, and fluid makes its way down. Keep on topping it off, continue this process until you see no more air bubbles coming out of the system. After that, double check to make sure you're topped off, start up the vehicle, and make sure the level's completely topped off and close the lid. At this point, I'm sure I've burped out all the air in the system. We'll just top it off up to the maximum line. Go a little bit more here. Okay, go ahead and start up the vehicle. Let it run for a little while, make sure you don't hear any noises, and double check for leaks. After that, you can go ahead and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.